Hello and welcome. This is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan coming to Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. At least that's what it is for me. So wherever you're at right now, mark this down in your calendar. Have it set to repeat. Have a reminder. Remind you every whatever it is right now for me, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. This week, get together and discuss any and all things vegan. So if you're a vegan, like I see all our vegans filing into the chat here, welcome. Thanks for spending your Friday night or Saturday mornings with me. I appreciate it. And we discuss any and all things vegan. It's a great place to chill, hang out with some cool people who are not judgmental and are just pleasant to be around. But yes, vegans are nice people. I know a lot of you guys, not anti-vegans or non-vegans, don't know that. And yeah, Peter, I didn't know the Daily Mail made another stupid anti-vegan piece. What do they think? It's not even Veganuary anymore, but I'll check that out. But if Mike the Vegan out responded, cool. But so yeah, if you're vegetarian even, this is a good place to come and just chill. You know, we're not going to attack you. We'll give you some information, might give you some opinions. We'll do it in a nice, chill way. And if you're just like vegan or whatever, plant-based curious, you've come to a cool place. You can get a lot of questions answered. Just ask nicely or semi-politely, and you'll probably get a good response here from me and the others in the live stream. So it's a place where we educate, a place where we inform, a place where we help people, and it's not a place to hate people because they are different from us. We're not bigots. I'm not one, and don't tolerate bigotry. If you behave like a bigot, we'll kick your ass out of here. I have two awesome moderators, Peter and Uncle, who will kick your butts right back to the hellhole that you crawled out of, and you can go back in there and just do all the hate you want there with your hate people, and you guys can be cool together, but you're not here with us. And if you are anti-vegan, meaning you're here and you have no desire to learn anything about veganism, you came here only with an axe to grind because you're prejudiced, you hate me or us here because we eat differently from you for whatever reasons, try not to be a dick, but yeah, you can try to state your piece and we'll try to listen to you, but I've doubts. I'm pretty sure you're probably a bigot too, but we'll listen to you. But yeah, we are the woke narcissists of compassion, Navia, as coined by Jordan Peterson. How is that guy doing anymore? I always hear this stuff how he's like dead or dying, or not dead, but like doing really poorly. I don't want to speak bad. I'm not wishing him any. I just hear all these things. His health is always like on the edge of passing on. Anyone know how that unwoke narcissist of non-compassion is doing? It's Peter, I heard that yeah, you're gonna have some new thing. You're not ever switching your clocks back, right, Peter? In British Columbia, Canada, I heard you guys got your thing together. I wish we could get it together here. That no more daylight savings. I mean, it's all gonna be daylight savings time. So whatever. I guess, is that this weekend, guys? Is that this Sunday when we're supposed to spring forward? So I guess if that's the case, Peter, am I correct? That's the last time you'll ever have to adjust your clocks for that stupid spring forward fall back situation, because yeah, I think most of the world is pretty on board with having it be permanent daylight savings time. So yeah, congratulations that your government could get their thing together where we couldn't even do it here in total liberal California. We couldn't even get our thing together to have permanent daylight savings time, even though we did pass a remember the voters here in this state approved some proposition years back. It was overwhelmingly passed. Like, yeah, we want daylight savings time forever, but it still hasn't happened yet. But anyway, what's that? Yeah, you never change your clocks again. If Washington, Oregon, and California don't get with the same time, me and you will be in a different time zone for the first time ever come next November. Huh? That would kind of suck. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of not even saying anything about like Pacific Standard Time. I don't even know. I'm just Pacific Time. Whatever that happens to be, that's what time it is. So anyway, hey, did I see you there, Fu? Make some comment about Peterson had a tragic shark accident. Is that why he's not doing well right now? Navia, yeah, it is a great excuse to show up late to work. Say, I don't know. No one told me. Like, did you guys inform me at work that I was need to change my watch or whatever? Yeah, that's a good one, Uncle. All U.S. states should go off savings time at once. Well, a few states have, right? Haven't Arizona and Hawaii never? They're just always on daylight savings time, I think. Or, I don't know. Anyway, I thought they don't change their clocks like how we do here. Yeah, I heard that Michaela Peterson is no longer carnivore. You know, it Yeah, just like Joel Saladino, the carnivore MD, Hey, Carmichael, thanks for checking in. And hello, Heidi. Hello, Blood Rose. And Nikki. And let's see, who else have I not said hello to? If I haven't said hello, there's Metalhead and Gladys. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for being here with me. I'm a little chill today. I had a pretty good basketball game earlier this afternoon, so I'm a little chill. I've had crazier days at the gym. I didn't hit like 176 BPM this time. I only maxed out at 168 beats per minute heart rate, but it was still a pretty good session. I'm pretty chill, so I'm just keeping it together right now. You know, just if I seem a little mellow, it's not because I have vegan brain fog or anything like that. Just because I had a pretty good workout and I'm an old man, so my body needs time and my mind needs time to like just kind of get its thing together right now. Fu Man Poo, how'd you know if that unnamed carnivore doctor has defecated in recent times or not? Let's see, Peter, about a week and a half ago, you fell off your bike and hurt yourself a little bit, and you're a little bit sore in your ribs, or you're getting better. Well, you know, it's because you're vegan. If you were not vegan, you never would have fallen off your bike, and if you somehow did, which it's impossible if you're a non-vegan, you definitely wouldn't have had sore ribs, because we know if you eat meat, you can't ever like hurt your ribs or anything. But anyway, aloha de AJ, and I saw Uncle saying aloha and Fu Man Poo saying aloha. Hey Navia, thank you for the vegan cult dues here. Yeah, I'm not wearing my cult member or leader shirt today, but thank you so much, vegan cult dues, for all you awesome vegans. Well, thanks so much for helping the vegan cult, which I'm single-handedly keeping together here, because vegans are in a cult. We've heard that 100 times, and I never saw a cult leader step up, rise up for the moment, for the occasion, and I said, I'll do it. I'll make some extra time in my day and week to be the vegan cult leader and perform all the duties and responsibilities that the vegan cult leader must perform. So it's tough, but I'm doing it. So thank you for your contributions here, because vegan cult leader is not like a well-funded position or anything like that. So thank you. Hey, little Susie Poo. Let's see. Jury day in Boston. Are you in Boston too, like Heidi? Or are you just commenting that that where Heidi's at, it was a dreary day? But yeah, here guys, man, it's another summer-like day. It's at 6:07 right now. It's 67 degrees here in my little Southern California town. Tomorrow it's going to be 70. It was 76 today. It's going to be 76 tomorrow. I see some 80s too later on in the week. So it's weird, guys. It's a weird it's just a weird spring or winter. It's like, it feels like spring already, even though like that's still like a 2 weeks away. You met Jill Biden yesterday, Heidi? Please tell, how in the world did you end up in the same place as Jill Biden and were able to meet Jill Biden? That's pretty cool to meet, very cool to meet a former first lady. So yeah, tell us all about that. That's exciting. Was she cool? She seems like a cool person, wife of a politician or not, no matter which side of the political divide you might be on, she seems like a cool person. Yeah, Uncle, yeah, it was windy yesterday. Windy today, too. That's the only downside about this winter warm weather. It often comes with some, like, weird winds. And, yeah, it's been windy. Let's see. Wow, AJ, 56 degrees. Yeah, for us, if I were to say here, it's going to be 56 tomorrow, I would be really bummed. It's like, it means it's raining and dreary. But, yeah, I know where you're at. That's great. That's great for upstate New York, huh? This time of year, 56. Yeah, appreciate that, huh? It's not like the polar vortex or anything like that. She's not a doctor, Peter. Jill Biden, she has a PhD in something. So yeah, she's not a medical doctor, as a doctorate of whatever thing she studied. if I remember correctly. People can correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember like people were making fun of her. Haters were making fun of her. Well, she's not a real doctor. Well, yeah, she didn't try to become a medical doctor. She studied. I would have been a fake doctor too if I went all the way with my education and got a PhD in philosophy. I'd be a doctor of philosophy in philosophy. Let's see. So yeah, Heidi says your meeting of Jill Biden was unexpected. Our timing worked with her coming to a place that you volunteer. She was introduced to a friend of mine, and you were and you smiled and waved to her, and she did the same back. Wow, awesome! You interacted with Jill Biden, right? It just sounds sort of Joe Biden, Jill Biden. Is that right? Yeah, I thought she had a doctorate in education, right? Yes, Jill. So anyway, yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought she had. I didn't want to say it and be wrong. I just remember it was a PhD in something, not a doctor of medicine. Okay. 65? No, 65 degrees. Wow. You're going to have 65-degree weather? Wow, AJ, that's like nice. I mean, what are you going to do? Do you have any plans to go out and enjoy that day? I mean, if you can, yeah, break free and enjoy that. Sounds like you're having a nice stretch right now. If it was 58 today, 68 on Monday, I bet the weekend ain't going to suck either. So if you can, get out there and enjoy it. Take advantage of what nature is like, you know, or climate change or whatever's happening is given to you right now. Okay, verifying. PhD in education. That's what I suspected. 2 people confirming it. We'll go with Jill Biden has a PhD in education. This sucks how people get all political and it's like, well, she's not a real doctor. Like there's other things to study on the graduate level other than medicine. You know, it's like it's like saying a lawyer is a fake doctor because they have a doctor of jurisprudence. You know, it's a weird thing. I guess a lot of people don't understand how that works, how higher education and doctorate degrees work. But oh well. Anyway, she had like 10 Secret Service with her. She was kind and looked just like she does on videos and pictures. Awesome. That's cool. That's the vibe I get. She seems chill. She seems like a decently nice person. So that's cool. I'm glad you got that vibe from her too. Yeah, and Heidi, cool things happen when volunteering. You didn't tell you're Republican? I mean, at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter if we just like you know, like can get along, not get caught up in this cultural war divide thing, and just like vote for the people that we think are best. Because you know, I think that's what it's about. We should be able to have our political beliefs and parties, and be able to not always vote with your party if they're not putting out the best candidates. Midterm elections, Peter, that would be this year, 2026, I believe, right? Is that right, guys? That's what I thought. That'd be this fall, like November or something. Hey, Groovy Lisa, what is up? Uncle, you know a guy who was a doctor, like a reverend, and had a doctorate of like divinity maybe or something like that? Is that what you're saying? Or was he also a doctor and a reverend? Or also a doctor, reverend, and a doctorate of divinity? A busy person studying all the time. Oh, I didn't know that, Peter. On the 28th of this month, there's going to be another No King's Day. All right, we'll see how that goes. Awesome. I want to mention, late model, if you're watching after the fact, we miss you. I know that you're busy. She's, remember she told us last week that her mom is getting her hip replaced. I think she said that. I hope I'm not revealing anything too private there. But yeah, family's coming over to help out in that whole process. So yeah, she was pretty sure she wasn't going to be able to make it tonight. So we miss you, late model. And if you're watching after the fact, hello. And that little matter I told you about I was dealing with, that personal dumb thing I'm dealing with, or professional thing I'm dealing with, it's a little bit better now. So I'll just leave it at that. Awesome, AJ. Represent. Hopefully the weather won't be like blizzarding or anything on the 28th for you, you know, because yeah, who knows and what your neck of the woods what it'll be like. Let's see. So let's see. I didn't get a chance to read my comments from my last video, about that raw guy saying that junk food like controls your mind and you have to eat a raw diet or else you're gonna have all these horrible things happen. Angie was telling me some fan of his was running nuts in my comments and I didn't see him all. If you do, I told you, don't run nuts in my comments. Come here. Come to the Friday live stream. If you think everything that dude said, that raw vegan rising guy, is factually correct, it aligns with reality rather than delusion, come here and state your argument or evidence. Don't bitch and complain of how I'm a hater in my video. I challenge anyone to find one hateful thing. I mean, I made fun of him a couple times, so I wasn't hating on him or anything like that. So it's funny, it's so easy to throw these accusations around of all these horrible things I do, but I try to hold myself to a high professional-like standard, and it's funny how they don't ever come here and tell me to my face. I think people feel more big when they're hiding in the comments more anonymously, and here, I'll hold you accountable in real time, and a lot of people aren't up for that. Hopefully we'll get a couple of trolls tonight. Nikki, hopefully not too many. There's like a sweet spot, a perfect amount of trolls, like 0, maybe a little too little. 1 or 2 is good. 3 or 4, maybe. And after that, okay, we kind of get sick of it. Bro has a bean deficiency. Yeah. If he's afraid to eat legumes because he thinks they're going to kill him and make him grow a 3rd brain or something like that. Yeah. He probably has a legume deficiency. Fu Man Poo, glad you could briefly attend the cult meeting. Been up since 4:30 a.m. again. You said that last time. Have bonked. Before you go, Fu, why you been getting up at 4:30 lately? Is it a new job situation thing that's making you get up early? Oh, thanks so much, AJ. Thank you once again. Thanks to you and Navia both for supporting the vegan cult. Like I said, it's a hard, almost thankless job, but I'm thanking you for helping me to sustain the vegan cult and, just do my job. The better you can support that, the easier it is for me to do the vegan cult leader duty. So thank you, Navia. Thank you, AJ. Appreciate your support, especially AJ. You've been so generous to us for years, so thanks so much. Oh, did you get, I sent you, Late Model's email, right? Even though it wasn't necessary anymore, I gave her a copy of the Test and Kill Peel Off. Did you guys connect or anything? Let me know. Let's see, what's that, Carmichael? You have to eat raw. If you don't, you're less than. Yeah, that's pretty much what that dude is saying. That's just bullshit, If you don't eat exactly like I do, all these horrible things are going to happen to you. Your brain's going to be inflamed and your body's going to be overweight and your mind won't be strong like mine. Mine's so strong, Of course, look at all these great thoughts I have. It's the evidence of the strong mind that only comes from raw. Anyway, oh, Angie came in right now. Hey, Angie. Angie said, I just happened to log in right now. Thank you, AJ. Yes, AJ just left that kind super chat. So maybe we'll go get coffee or something. I don't know about tomorrow. We'll see how the weather is. It could be really gnarly with the winds. We'll see. Yeah, it's supposed to be windier tomorrow. So we'll see. It's warm, but we're having these Santa Ana winds, which are just not. They're not good. Those are what cause fires and just miserableness. Makes it really dry. I already can kind of feel it in this room right now too. But Angie's here. Say hello to Angie. Very likely Lay. Yes, this is the cult of plant worship. Not worship of me, the cult leader. I'm not self-centered or anything like that. It's worship the plants and the animals that we are not eating. Hey, hello, Kentucky, country fried vegan. What I was going to call you, Kentucky. Is that even a thing? Anyway, thanks. Hello, thanks for joining us, country fried vegan. How you doing? Are you really from the country? If so, you can if you want to share with us where you at out in the country, what part of the world or states or something like that. Yeah, because I have some country. Me and Uncle have some countryish roots. And Angie, too. Yeah, the wind is really hardcore right now. You know when it's really hardcore, you can hear it. Ooh, I should have cut it. Yeah, you know when it's really windy, we hear it in the morning, and like we have a rose bush that brushes up on our window. You hear this screeching sound. Heard it this morning. I made a mental note. Oh, I should cut that damn thing before we go to bed tonight, or else I might hear it tomorrow morning. Well, I screwed up. It's gonna be dark by the time this is over, and I guess going to the gym. That I totally forgot about. I didn't think to deal with cutting that rose bush when I got back. Is Tulsa, Oklahoma the country? I don't know, it depends. Is country a place or a state of mind? I mean, I've never really been to Tulsa other than I drove through it at one time in my life, like in the 90s. So my sense of Tulsa is not all that great, but it didn't look like the country. It looked like a suburb or something like that. So I guess it's more country than living out here. Let's see. Okay, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Wow, that sounds more country, but I've never been to Louisiana, let alone Baton Rouge. Is it a smaller town? Does it have like a country vibe? Are you in the city? Are you like in the outskirts and more countryish? Or are you in the city? Let me know. Kentucky. I know. I think I just invented Kentucky, huh, AJ? So it's because I'm vegan. I have vegan brain frog, So VD, make a video about me when you get out of the hospital and show how Ryan just mushes words together and invents weird nonsense like Kentucky. I think it's funny. I've been doing that like my whole life, even before I was vegan. Just how I'm wired. I just make mistakes sometimes speaking or just thinking. And it's kind of cool because like if you're a music producer or songwriter, mistakes often lead to like cool, like, wow, I'm glad I hit the wrong chord here because that was really neat. What if we did this with the song or made a bridge out of that? So yeah, mistakes can be cool. If you know how to identify good mistakes instead of like saying, oh, I made a mistake, I suck. No, sometimes mistakes are awesome. It's dark right now. Yeah, I guess, yeah, we're supposed to spring forward Sunday. So next Friday, it'll be not dark at this hour. I wouldn't say bright, but it won't be dark. Hey, Tristan King, what's up? Okay, so Country Fried Vegan said, yeah, Baton Rouge is the capital of Louisiana. So there is country, but it's more city where you live. Oh, so you're not that country. I was wondering if you lived out in the country, like, on a swamp or something, or out in the middle of like a what's this called, like a farm or something like that, like rural area or something like that. Nikki, Boss Mode, our song Boss Mode, awesome. Still on your daily playlist. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we just checked out Boss Mode again like a few nights ago. Yeah, this could have been last week. Vegan brain frog. You got it there, very likely, Lay. Vegan brain frog. We all have it, because all vegans have vegan brain frog. How do I know this? VD said so, that all vegans get vegan brain frog. So all vegans, let's do the logic here, guys. Let's follow her logical argument. All vegans have vegan brain frog. I am a vegan, therefore I have vegan brain frog. That's how I know with absolute certainty, because that first premise is 100% true, right? How can you deny that? All vegans have vegan brain frog. There's just no denying that. Just an undeniable fact, right? And I wonder, what do you get vegan brain frog? Like after the first day or week or month or year? Like how long does it take for vegan brain frog to kick in exactly? I've never heard that that information given, so I don't know. I want to know what kind of time frame is, like, should we expect the vegan brain frog to kick in? What, that's Navia VD has no brain to frog? Maybe so, huh? Yeah, having brain frog presupposes having a brain, huh? Anyway, we're just joking. I know you have a brain, VD, if you're watching. Best wishes to you, seriously. If you're watching from the hospital, cool. I'm glad you're spending some of your Friday evening in the hospital watching little old me talk about vegans. So yeah, it's cool. You can hang out in the background. I'll pretend right now that VD's watching from the hospital and she's watching us make fun of vegan brain frog. But I'm not making fun of VD. I'm just making fun of the concept of vegan brain frog. Let's see, Peter. VD made a couple update videos as well as about her hospital situation. Once again, just the audio, not the video. Not the video she went off on vegans. And you tried to fast forward to see if you might have heard my name. See if she like was trying to debunk my response to her hospital video. There's nothing to debunk, you know. But anyway, you didn't hear anything, and it was 25 minutes, so you gave up. Awesome. Hopefully she didn't bother trying to debunk me. I mean, isn't that pathetic? You're in the hospital. She's talking about how she could die, and she's thinking about vegans all the time. Like, no, focus on getting better. Get healthy, and then go home and waste your time thinking about vegans when you're not on death's door. I just, no. Tell you, if I end up in the hospital, I'm not going to think about, like, anti-vegans. Yeah, Uncle, that's how it went. VD was once a vegan. Well, at least on a vegan diet. I'm not sure if she was ever vegan, you know, against, you know, animal cruelty and exploitation. But she was vegan brain frog. I hit the wrong button. Yeah, she was once on a vegan diet, and then she had vegan brain frog, so she concludes all people. Is that weird to be the main character of the universe? Just because something happens to you on a vegan diet, you assume with 100% certainty and conviction that it happens to all people because you're the center of the universe. You know, if it happens to you, you're the main character. It must happen to everyone. It doesn't work that way. But anyway, we shouldn't speak bad of someone when they're down right now. When Jordan Peterson was dying in the hospital, I didn't talk shit about him. I'm not going to talk shit about VD anymore right now. So I guess we should move on in good taste. Hey, Redlocks. Yeah, Miley Cyrus even said she had the vegan brain frog. She somehow self-diagnosed that she needed more omega-3 fatty acids, which could have been accurate. Not the it's hard to self-diagnose. You need to get like tested and stuff like that. But how stupid. I mean, you could take like vegan ones. I have some I take fully vegan, like from Amazon. It's like not that hard to find, like a fully non-fish based. It's algae, you know. So just eat the algae. Don't eat the fish that eat the algae. It shows you the level of brains that these people who claim they had vegan brain fog. I guess they had so much vegan brain fog they couldn't reason their way out of like omega-3 fatty acids. You can get a supplement that's vegan. They were so far gone. I don't know. But anyway, what's that? Master Roach vitamin C gummies are yummy. Yeah. Let's see, Peter. Yeah, I don't know if we should talk about her anymore, but you said wasn't VD on a very restrictive raw vegan diet or something like that, like raw or raw till 4. I think it was at least a raw or very high raw diet. And once again, this is why I was when I respond to these "why I'm no longer vegan" people, and I found out they were raw. It's like, oh, no surprise. It's not like every person who makes a "why I'm no longer vegan" video was raw, but sure, a lot of them were, like way more than 50%, way more than that. It just shows you the likelihood of you not being vegan in, say, 5 years' time if you are a raw vegan right now. So if you want to be vegan the rest of your life, raw is statistically the least good way, the least successful way of achieving that goal. Master Roach, you have some special gummies. Yeah, I got some too. Yeah, late model turned me on to a special CBD THC CBN gummy. It's delicious and makes me really chill. In fact, funny, I was just talking to Angie about that. I haven't had one for a few months. I should just take one tonight, just chill out, because I went to the gym. I just want my body and mind just to like just be chill, you know, super chill. What's that, Angie? You think she said it before VD? Who said what? Oh, yeah, Rick Rubin. The good thing about all the Rick Rubin nonsense he said on the Joe Rogan show is the Rick Rubin special. I love it when Angie makes the Rick Rubin special. Remember he said, I got fat, I went to the vegan restaurant, I ate some kind of tofu with brown sauce. Ooh, that sounds delicious. So Angie came up with the Rick Rubin special. So yeah, that's the silver lining of Rick Rubin's nonsense. Oh, okay, you thought VD was on the 30 bananas a day diet. Yeah, I thought she was something. She seems to have a lot of hate for Freely, you know, Freely the banana girl. So that I've seen this happen many times. VD didn't invent hating on Freely. 99% of the time when I see someone hating on Freely, and it's typically not a guy, it's typically a non-male person hating on Freely, they were someone that usually followed what Freely said dietary wise, whatever tips, whatever, I don't know what she recommends exactly. And these people didn't get the results that were kind of promised, or at least heavily sold that you're going to get these results. Then they get mad and resentful, and they start hating on Freely. And I'm not saying this is right. I'm just outlining the pattern. They start hating on Freely, and then they start hating every vegan. Like, no, we're not saying to eat the way that Freely's saying. We have our own way. We eat the diet, the balanced, well-planned, nutritionally adequate kind of diet. I'm not saying hers. I'm just saying we don't all eat the same thing. Not all vegan diets are the same. You can just have beer and Oreos all day, and that's a vegan diet. There's no animal cruelty and exploitation involved. So it's just sad how these people, they fail on one kind of more restrictive way of eating plants. Then they blame all of us who eat plants for having this flawed way of eating or something like that. There's just so much wrong with these haters like that, like VD and others. They're not thinking properly. They're just completely flawed reasoning, and it's sad to see me and others just have to respond to people like that who don't learn. We point out to them, like, look, here's where your thinking is off. You're wrong. It's not valid inferences you're making. The arguments don't follow. It's just unfortunate they don't listen. That's not important to them. Truth, valid arguments are not important. Evidence is not important. Their opinions take supreme precedence. They can't be swayed on their opinions because their ego and their opinions are so wrapped up together that to be shown to be wrong would be some kind of ego death. VD wouldn't be able to handle anymore. All these anti-vegans, they wouldn't be able to handle being themselves anymore if they were to somehow accept the truth of how what they're saying is not in accordance with reality. It's against science. It's logically invalid inferences that they're making. They wouldn't be able to handle that. So they just dig in. They double down, and that's unfortunate. This doesn't happen only in the world of vegan and anti-vegan. It happens all the time. People's egos get wrapped up with the narrative and the story that they've been putting out on their social media. And to have to walk that back or even just retract from it would just be an ego death. Their egos would not allow them to do that. Ooh, Angie's talking about have some interesting salads in the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. Yeah, she's talking about making a special salad for us to pair with some a really just cool Italian wine I picked up yesterday. It's from the Campania region of Italy. It's called Greco di Tufo. It's a white wine grown at a higher elevation, cooler area, very mineral-rich volcanic soils in the kind of outside of the Naples, Pompeii area. So anyway, yeah, so we were talking about having one night pairing it with a Korean doenjang sauce over pasta. Yeah, you can mix these cultures together, and the next day making like a more Mediterranean kind of salad to have it with the second day, because we don't drink a whole bottle in one day. We're not hardcore. We'll maybe have half a bottle one day, put it in the fridge, cork it well, and split it the remainder on the second or third day. We have this cool cork technology thing. It's like it's not the cork. Once you take the cork out and you pour your wine, you want to put it in the fridge. You put this plastic cork that I bought on. Then you get this pump thing. It like pulls the air out of the bottle, and when it pulls all the air out, there's just like this click sound, so you know the air is all gone. And you put it in the fridge, and you can leave it in a little bit longer instead of like having to drink it by the next day. You can get a little like an extra day or 2 or 3 out of it. Yeah, the salad with seaweed with the Greco di Tufo, or the what's that Avellino one that I didn't get yesterday, but that one even pairs better, as we learned yesterday. But yeah, the Greco di Tufo should pair very well with it too. So I'm really looking forward to enjoying that this weekend. Yeah, Peter. Yeah, we're at war now. Our country's at war. I'm glad I'm not 18. Get drafted. I don't think that's been talked about, but man, yeah, who wants to go fight a war that you don't, it's not, and I don't want to get too political or anything like that, but if I were a young person, I would not want to be going over and fighting that war. maybe defend your homeland or something like that, but that's not it. AJ, who has leftover wine? Well, we do, because, it's just two of us, me and Angie. Well, I tell you, typically we'll drink half of a bottle. Like when we go out to eat, we don't get a bottle ever. I don't think we've ever done that. We'll get a glass each if we're feeling wild. Often we'll just split a glass, but when we're at home, we have a bottle. Yeah, we'll drink roughly. Just we feel good. We don't even measure it. We just kind of look, oh yeah, we drank half the bottle on night one. Put the cork on, and then, the second half is ready, waiting for us the next day. Yeah, I hope it doesn't get like that, Ichigo. I hope there is no kind of draft coming. Young people don't want to do this. I mean, some do, I guess. If they want to sign up, cool. But, people who don't want to go shouldn't have to go. Okay, you can barely drink a whole glass yourself. Okay, all right. All right, I mean, I think me and Angie are pretty lightweights when it comes to, like alcohol and wine, But yeah, you could be even more lightweight than us, AJ. Totally cool. But I see people that drink way more. They can handle like a bottle on their own. Like, whoa, that's mind blowing. I'd be dehydrated and like just feeling like shit, So anyway, yeah, we heard Vegan Zombie was in the area for Expo West. He didn't contact us or anything like that, but we weren't going or anything like that this year. So it would have been a big reunion or anything like that for us. People are calling for Barron Trump to enlist an army. No, it doesn't work like that. The ruling class, the top 1%, don't fight our battles typically. I would be saying that even if the young person in question were the son of a Democratic political figure. Just no, the wealthy typically don't do that sort of thing. Typically, there's exceptions. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that's typically they don't go. Yeah, there's some exceptions, like Prince Harry. Yeah, I tip my hat to Prince Harry. I knew he was given some. From what I remember reading or seeing in the news, he was given some special treatment, obviously because of who he is. But he's still he wanted to get his hands dirty. Like maybe they're trying to hold him back a little bit, but he wanted to be a full participant in what his non-royal counterparts were doing. You'd love to see a collab with me and us and Vegan Zombie? Yeah, that's cool. We just haven't collabed with anyone at all for ages, AJ. That's just simply it, But yeah, I'm open to it, what's kind of burned me a little bit, and this does not apply to Vegan Zombie, so don't get me wrong on this. I'm just bummed that there's a certain percentage of people that we've interacted with, maybe even slightly collabed with in the past, who's made anti-vegan videos, why they're no longer vegan videos anymore. I have no worries about Chris being one of those, so don't get me wrong about that. I'm not. He's been vegan forever. He's gonna be vegan forever, like we are too. So, yeah, I guess collabs have kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, and but I'm open to it, It's just I'm not actively seeking collaborations or anything anymore. But yeah, I'm open to it, provided that I trust the person. And I totally trust Chris. No doubts about Chris. Angie's making me hungry already. I guess what we're gonna have tonight for dinner, guys. Tuscan kale pilaf. Yeah, I'm with you, AJ. Me and Chris will abandon veganism at the same time, which is called never, What's that, Peter? Or that guy you'd collab with who you had to ban from my channel? I'm not sure who you're talking about, but I did collaborate with Ali Tabrizi. He's sat in this room before. That's what I'm saying. I just have a bad taste of collabs. Like people that I was kind to. I opened up I don't let too many people in my house, let alone the studio. I let him and his wife, girlfriend at the time in, it's just, I don't like getting like betrayed. I know I shouldn't take it personally, but it's like if I let someone in here, it's like this given approval. Like, yeah, if you see someone collabing sitting here with me, it's like, yeah, this person's cool. I vouch for them. And I just don't want to do that anymore. I would have thought Ali would have never done that shit, So he made a freaking movie, I mean, Chris did too, but so I don't know. I don't know. I've been having trust issues, Ichigo. Seriously, I've just been having issues trusting lately. Just having been betrayed on many by many people, not only in the vegan world, but just in the music business world I work and exist in too. I just got betrayed in the past month-ish by someone who I've known for decades. He freaking betrayed me, and it hurts, you know. And all said and done, it's not going to affect me much. I'm not going to lose money or anything like that, but just the betrayal itself is kind of psychologically a bummer. And as you become more famous, I guess betrayal gets more, I don't know, you can be betrayed at any time, you know. But anyway, Mythulin, have I ever played a guitar with a scalloped fretboard? Isn't that like for shredders and stuff like that? Guys that play that, you know, Yngwie Malmsteen style. Like, no, I've never, no, I don't know what that is like. It's never happened to me before. Let's see, what's that, Ichigo? Folks will flip on you. It's happened to me. Yeah, it just kind of hurts, you know, because I think, you know, we're cool to people, you know. I don't think, you know, but anyway. Oh yeah, Vegan Cheetah, that's who Peter's referring to. He sat in this freaking room too, you know. We gave him a chance to clear his name that one time, and yeah, it's Angie's right. It's just hard to trust people anymore. So yeah, that's why I'm not looking for collaborators anymore. Like I said, I'm not shutting the possibility of ever collaborating with a YouTuber again. I'm not saying that, but I'm just really not actively looking for it, just because, as I said, just kind of I have trust issues. You know, maybe I'll get over them someday, but right now, yeah, just kind of hurt. Let's see. Nikki says that Burger King has an Impossible Burger. I remember they had something a long time ago. I thought I checked it out when it came out like 8 years ago or something. But 2 of the 3 value meals come with cheese and bacon. It makes no sense. I know. We see that happen in Disneyland. They'll have some kind of impossible meat or something like that. Oh, it's vegan. Then they put cheese on it. It's like, what the fuck? Who are you making this for? Your average person's not going to want this because they'll be philosophically or ideologically opposed, like by the Impossible Burger content, so they're not going to get it. Vegans can't get it because you put cheese or dairy on it, so you're making a product that's just going to fail. It's like, I don't understand. Anyway. Hey, Country Fried Vegan, nothing happened. Hey, the fake vegan. It's Burger King. What do you expect? Yeah, and in Disneyland too. What do you expect? Yeah, they put vegan, non-vegan mayo on it, AJ, stuff like that. Yeah, stuff like that exactly. We see at Disneyland. It's a bummer. I mean, I'm glad they have as many vegan options there as they do. It's much better than any other theme park I've ever seen anywhere. But it's just stupid things like that that are annoying. They're making a product that no one's going to want, or very few people are going to want. Yes, WTF, huh, Nikki? Let's see. Speaking of Disney, is this one for sale? I don't think so. I think the person who made these shirts isn't making shirts anymore. Angie could maybe tell me. I forgot. When he gave the shirt to me, I didn't even know what it meant. You know, I never watched the Avengers. Apparently, the real thing is like Avengers Assemble or something like that. But anyway, I hear him wearing it right now still. Let's see. Peter says Impossible sucks. They have a breakfast sandwich with a chicken egg and cow cheese and Impossible. Oh, anyway, yeah, Beyond is better. They still seem to have a vegan ethos as far as I can tell. Is that the right word? Anyway, hey, Walkies from the UK, what are you doing? It's like in the middle of the night there. I'm glad you're here. Are you having trouble sleeping? Are you getting up? Let me know. Yeah, we don't get too many people from Europe when I come on at this time. Hey, D-Rabbit. Late, but finally made it after so long. Good to have you back here, D-Rabbit. Yeah, now you say it, I don't remember seeing you here for a bit. Glad to be here. Let's see. Angie says, yeah, and if they're trying to make dishes for folks with allergies, then putting dairy items on plant-based meats is another fail. Yeah, Yeah, why, like, most people are lactose intolerant too, even though most people don't really care to, like, change what they eat much because of that. But anyway, um, cool. I'm glad you like this shirt, Carmichael. Yeah, I haven't worn this one much recently. Probably because it fits me a little small. Like, back when I was, like, super thin runner cyclist, man, I weighed about maybe 10, 15 pounds less than I do now. So the large size shirts looked really good on me, and the extra large are kind of baggy. And now I wish I got more extra large shirts back then. So this is the large, but you can just stretch them out a little bit and stuff like that. It's not like I've gotten fatter now. I'm just not running and cycling and shredding all the fat or whatever away. I've been, doing more strength training than endurance training over the past, like, 5 years or so. So yeah, I don't have that little runner's body anymore. Oh yeah, I've worn this to Disneyland a few times. Yeah, I've heard people making a few comments for me. Yeah. Oh, you woke up, Walkies. Well, cool. Well, stay up. Yeah, I mean, if you feel like sleepy, you want to go back to sleep. Awesome. Yeah, do that. But yeah, if you want me to just chill with us, want to chill with us while you're awake right now. Awesome. I'm happy that you're awake and listening to us right now. Oh, Angie thinks this dude still might have some shirts around. Angie will check. Awesome. Cool. I wasn't sure if he was still making shirts anymore. Nikki, you saw K-pop Demon Hunters. The music is amazing. It's funny. Angie and I were big fans of that. Even you guys know, we've mentioned many times that we're big fans of some K-pop bands. Not all. There's certain ones we really love. But yeah, we were really big fans of the K-pop Demon Hunters. Wasn't that we didn't like it or anything like that. But yeah, I remember I kind of falling asleep and she watched the whole thing. Let's see. Ichigo, you are 52. You got tested for lactose when you were 12. Failed it. Bad. Cow's milk bothers me, but goat milk doesn't. Huh, I wonder why that is. I wonder if the lactose is, like, way less in there. Hey, fake vegan, what is that? You having coffee right now? Maybe I'll have some tomorrow, but yeah, definitely not this hour for myself. You're allergic to milk too? Yeah, Angie definitely is lactose intolerant. All her sisters are. I remember her dad was. But she's the only one that actually changed her diet in a significant way. But she did that for animals. But the nice benefit was not having to deal with lactose intolerance. Hey, Cheese of the Mouse, welcome. And Paul, watching me from Romania, Paul. Awesome, cool. Again, Walkies is watching from the United Kingdom. Romania must be even later in the middle of the night there. So thank you. If you need to go back to sleep at any time, please do so. I don't want you to be all, like, messed up tomorrow, but if you're awake, cool, chill, hang out with us. That's awesome. Let's see. Cheesy the Mouse is here too now. Cool, we're getting everyone now. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining. It's been super chill. 446, Paul. So let me ask you the question. Are you waking up right now? Did you already sleep and that's over with and you're waking up, or for the day you're starting your day, or you kind of, like, this is the middle of your sleep, you kind of woke up, you're on the internet right now a little bit, you go back to sleep, or are you going to bed now? Maybe you're out partying. It's Friday night, right? So you go to the clubs and hang out late and you're getting back right now and you'll go to bed in a little bit. Just kind of curious. You're working. Oh, you have a night job. Oh, okay, I totally get it. Okay, cool. I'm not cool, but I'm glad you're safe. Everything's cool. You didn't have a crazy night of, like, partying or anything like that, because that's tough. That's rough on the body. Walkie, fine. If you feel fine, sometimes you need just 4 hours. Oh my goodness, if I had just 4 hours of sleep, or 5, or even 6 hours of sleep, I just, the day for me is like flushed down the toilet before it even starts. I'm just groggy, full vegan brain fog. Just not even vegan brain fog, just lack of sleep brain fog. So anyway, let's see. Zach Sasu, you're having some vegan munchies in the house. Cool. Oh, okay. Angie looked up the t-shirt. The brand was like Machine Apparel, something like that, but she didn't see the link. Okay. Favorite veggie burger and topping. I don't think I have a favorite veggie burger, Nikki. I mean, I like pretty much all the veggie burgers I've tried. Maybe some are a little bit better than others, but I don't eat them all that often. But yeah, so I guess I'm not a veggie burger guy. But yeah, sometimes we'll get them. Sometimes it'll be like a buy one get one free at like Veggie Grill or something like that. So we'll go for it then. No, what are people saying about Jim Carrey? I can't imagine. Paul, you're too old to party. Let's see. Ichigo, I am off, but I've been working 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. for some 12 straight years. Holy moly. Wow. So you're full-on adjusted to a night lifestyle. Wow. Oh, thank you, Country Fried Vegan. Kentucky Fried Vegan, who's from Louisiana. Thanks. I love your channel because I'm so real and down to earth. Well, thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate that you can see that, because I when I self-assess myself, I kind of, hopefully I'm not blowing smoke up my own butt or anything like that, but I agree with that. I think I'm pretty down to earth, and I try to keep it as real as possible. What you see is what you get here. And no pretension or anything like that. And I heard this is something that happens often to people as they get older, like over 50. Like Angie and I were just, she was reading or watching something about this psychological phenomenon. Like people become their most authentic selves after older, like after ages 40, 50 or something like that. I'm not sure what it is, what happens that leads older people to do that. Maybe I was more pretentious when I was younger. I don't know, but thank you so much. What's that, AJ? You love Beyond Burgers with vegan cheese, ketchup, mustard, and onion pickles. That sounds awesome. Grab me one of those. I'll totally eat that. Sounds like my style right there. Uncle, yeah, I remember you told us how you never sleep like an extended period of time. Just like you get it in like 2 sessions, 3 to 4 hours of sleep. Do it twice a day. What are your sleep hour times, Uncle? If you don't mind sharing with that, are they both in the night, separated by like an hour or two awake in between, or you do one night sleep session and a day or afternoon sleep session? Just kind of curious. And how that works out with living. How do you work it out? So like being able to do stuff, and have that second sleep time. Okay, Angie says over 50, when people often, not always, would have a higher probability of becoming a more authentic person. About kimchi, I like kimchi. It has a smell for sure, but when I'm eating it, I don't notice it. I just kind of notice it maybe if maybe the jar's open and Angie's cooking. Oh, kimchi! But when I'm eating it, I'm not overwhelmed by its aroma. Okay, so your sleep cycle, Uncle, is all over the place from day to night, night to day. Wow, that's interesting. How do you work that out? Like having go to work or going places and stuff like that. I'm just kind of curious. The reason why I ask is it seems like it's so much easier if you have a set time you sleep. You do it once, like me, like from midnight to 8 or something like that. You can plan around that. I'm just kind of curious how you can plan around not having the exact sleeping times worked out. That's interesting. That's really fascinating. Let's see. You guys have a vegan cheeses there? Let me see what you guys are chatting about there. Uncle, have you ever been to the Gas Lamp in Long Beach? No, I know exactly what place you're talking about. It's been there as long as I've lived here, and no, I've never had any desire to go there. I don't think they're very, very vegan loving there. Yeah, that's the vibe I kind of get. It's like an all-American meat place or something like that. That's the vibe I get from that place. So no, I've never been to that restaurant. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe I read it wrong, but that's the vibe I get. Why are people saying that Jim Carrey was killed and he was cloned? Why? Is there any evidence about that? That seems kind of crazy. It seems like first of all, if he died, that would have been a big deal, if we would have known about that. But and he was cloned, how do you clone an old dude like me? He's like, what is he? Oh, let me see. How old is Jim Carrey? 64. He's older than me. He looks great. So what was I going to say? Oh, he must not be vegan, right? But anyway, what was I going to say? And cloned him? Like, how do you clone a 64-year-old dude? You would have to cloning means you don't like shoot someone out as fully mature and you have a baby. You just take the DNA and make whatever. You start it from a baby. You know, you don't just pop out a 64-year-old like baby boomer, man. That's crazy. Hey, Paul Vegan, are we talking about food? Yeah, we've been talking about food. Just someone brought up that they heard that people are saying that Jim Carrey died and was cloned, and I thought that was crazy. But anyway, what about total worldwide animal emancipation? How to get there? If you have any ideas, you can share them with us. I'm just trying to get one person at a time to go vegan. Like for instance, today when I was playing basketball at the gym, I wore my vegan squad jersey from that Michael Jordan basketball movie. Yeah, I wore that today, and that got some conversations going. I was talking to a guy, hung out after we were done playing. I chatted with him about 15 minutes. I never was pushy one bit. Just like, yeah, I think he was impressed that I'm so old. He was like pushing 40. I told him, dude, I'm pushing 60, you know? He was amazed, you know? Yeah, I told him I've been vegan for 15 years. You know, he said he tried a vegan diet for like 6 months. It was hard. I go, dude, once you got it dialed in, it's easy. It's like, it's just a normal life for me. It's not like weird in any way. So yeah, I think getting, one person at a time, how to get the whole world to be in tune with, it's hard enough how to convince people to go vegan. I was trying to approach it to a dietary sports angle. I tried to see where people are at and meet them where they're at. He was not open to having a discussion about animal rights, animal cruelty and exploitation, anything of the sort. So I think that's what that's what I believe, my personal opinion, what a good vegan activist should do is try to find what angle, which talking, points. That sounds too like propaganda when I say that, but you know what I'm saying. What sort of discussion should your conversation be centered or focused on? And that was the approach I said. Yeah, we were playing basketball. I said, Chris Paul, he went vegan like about 4 or 5 years ago, and it gave him a resurgence in his mid 30s. So anyway, yeah. Anyway. Peter, that raw vegan rising guy thinks a lot of nutty things, I mean, just a lot of stuff not supported by science, just stuff he heard from other raw foodists that they heard from some other raw foodists. None of it has any scientific merit. Yeah, Angie, the clone would be an infant. So if someone cloned Jim Carrey recently, and that's a huge if, right? But if someone cloned Jim Carrey recently, his clone would be a baby, like an infant. So I don't know. I don't think people understand what cloning means. It's a very specific thing. It's not like you clone a person and they're 64 years old instantly. It has to mature and grow through all the stages in the years to become a 64-year-old Jim Carrey. You just don't pop out a 64-year-old person. Yeah, eating raw has its time and place, and for me it was this afternoon after I got back from the gym. I had a 7 banana smoothie. They weren't the hugest bananas I've ever had, but yeah, I had a big banana smoothie with some frozen berries in there too, with some ground flaxseed and some of the Clean Machine mycelium product. Pretty sure all that was raw. I'm not saying raw is bad, never eat food that hasn't been cooked. No, but anyone who's saying that you have to eat only uncooked food for the rest of your life, or all these horrible, disastrous things are going to happen to your life and your health, they're just lying to you. But yeah, raw food shouldn't be connected with lying to people. It just should be a part of your diet, but it shouldn't be the only thing you eat, and it shouldn't make you a bold-faced liar. I don't see why a diet should make you a liar. But I'm not saying it turns every person that follows its lifestyle and philosophy into liars, but I see many raw liars. Okay, so instead of a clone, it would have to be a doppelganger. What is a doppelganger? Because I know a clone is it's a scientific thing. You can clone animals. What the hell is a doppelganger? Is that science or is that science fiction? Is it even a thing? Can I look up the scientific definition of doppelganger? I can look up the scientific definition of clone. Well, so it's more mythological, you think, Angie? Yeah, so yeah, maybe they have a doppelganger, but then ask, what is its ontology? What exactly is a doppelganger? What kind of being does it have to instantly create a 64-year-old dude? Uncle, any substitute for the Clean Machine duckweed powder? Well, I used to use the Clean Machine, the clean green protein, the duckweed product, but they don't have that anymore. But they sent me some of the mycelium product to check out, so I've just been saving it and using it only like in my smoothies after I get back from the gym, or having some kind of like intense workout of some kind, more than just like doing some battle ropes for 5 or 2 minutes in the garage or something like that. Okay, doppelganger. No, it's just someone that looks strikingly the same. It's just a normal person as far as you know. Okay, so doppelganger just means like you look a lot like someone. Okay, I wasn't sure what the exact definition of doppelganger was. So anyway, and you're not saying it's okay, Flatlander, you're not saying it is a doppelganger, lol, just that doppelganger is more plausible. Yes, doppelganger is a lot more plausible. A person who looks a lot like Jim Carrey, that's totally believable, But that they took a clone of him 64 years ago and there's an identical Jim Carrey now 64 years later, and that Jim Carrey died and the twin clone took over. That is the wackiest conspiracy theory of them all. Hey, VLAM, how's it going? Hey, Cheesy, we all have a doppelganger somewhere. Yeah, considering there's 8 billion people in this world, it stands to reason that there's a few people out there that look like another person, So anyway, yeah. Doing chill, VLAM, having a nice chill time. Let's see, yeah, battle ropes can be hard. Depends how you work them. I mean, even if you go slow and try to take it more as an endurance thing, it still grinds you. There's so many ways to work battle ropes, so many ways to hit it. You can alternate, you can same time, and like I said, you can go hard, you go slow, big, or slight movements, bend your legs a lot, keep them or stand more upright. So many ways you can work the ropes. But I have my way I like to work them. I like to bend my knees a bit and kind of go fast. And I like to get to the point where I like to do the little knee bend so I can feel like these little muscles around the knees on the backside kind of stretch. I notice when I do that, I often do that before I go to the gym. So when I get to the gym, my legs are already kind of warmed up a little bit. And then I like to get to the point where I'm really feeling like the rotator cuffs or the back muscles. That's what I'm really working, the hips and the like these muscles that you don't really work out in your daily life. Even if you lift weights, you might not be bothered to hit some of those muscles up. So yeah, just like muscles that surfers use back in the back and shoulders. So I really feel those when I'm working the battle ropes. Anyway, what else are we talking about here? You guys probably don't care about my weird workout methods. Yeah, Uncle. Yeah, just tell the cops, hey, that wasn't me speeding or driving drunk or whatever. It was my doppelganger. So let me go. VLAM, we were talking about Jim Carrey. So there's some weird dumb rumor that he died and some like clone replaced him. I go, that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, then they said maybe it was a doppelganger, which is defined as someone who looks like another person. See, Flatlander, so I don't know how it works for men, but you changed a lot due to menopause. Maybe Jim just got old. He's 64. Things happen. People age, and I read. Have you guys seen some of the studies that come out just recently? Like, as we age, we're always aging as we age, But there are certain periods, like years, like where aging happens more rapidly. I forgot what the years were, but I think there was one like in like the late 40s, early 50s. There's a part where we kind of age more rapidly, then we kind of like slow down a little bit, and then another time maybe around 60, if something like that happens again, where you age kind of quick. I don't know. There's some science to like aging isn't even. There's like little rapid bits and then normal bits of aging. So anyway, yeah, we all age, you know. I know VD doesn't like that fact. You know, she thinks that only vegans age, but we all age. Cheese and mouse. Yeah, I'm not advocating you have to consume protein powder. I don't even look at the mycelium product from Clean Machine as a protein powder. I look at the box, the package, and look at all the stuff, and I go, wow, this is like a nutritional powerhouse. Yeah, it's strong in amino acids and stuff. It's good in other things too. Seems to be good for my body. You know, post urinary tract infection from last year. It just seems like good to help get me back to where I need to be. So I just like all these little things that I've been taking lately to help me out to get back to normal. No, I don't put greens or sprouts in my smoothies, Carmichael. Not that I'm opposed to it. Well, I don't like greens in my smoothies. I could try sprouts maybe. I'm not sure how they'd mix with all the bananas and fruits. I just like a fruit smoothie. I'll get my greens, like tonight with the Tuscan kale pilaf. I'll get my kale. Paul Vegan, how does the Jim C story help the animal? I say what Peter said. It doesn't help the animals, but sometimes we talk about other things for a little bit, just for fun. Because, yeah, we just don't talk only about vegan stuff. Primarily, we talk about vegan stuff. I would say, like, you know, if I had to estimate, like 75, 85% of the stuff we talk about is vegan-related stuff. But, you know, we are well-rounded people. You know, I'm not just a vegan. I'm also, like, you know, a husband. I'm a music producer. I'm an athlete. So we talk about other things too, you know, because we're when you get down to it, we're human beings. We're people. But being a vegan is a huge part of my life, obviously, or else I wouldn't have been doing this channel since 2013. So yeah, we talk about all sorts of things. But yeah, if you need us to only talk about veganism, this isn't the live stream. But like I said, we talk about veganism as our primary thing. When I see us going off track, talking about non-vegan stuff for too long, I'll try to identify it and say, hey guys, we need to get back. You know, we're going off on a tangent too long. Let's get back to our core thing here. But yeah, we're just, yeah, if you know, we talk about human things too, because we are humans. Talk about music sometimes, but sometimes, yeah, we don't dwell on it. You never know what odd topic can pop up on any given live stream, is what I'm saying, which makes it kind of fun. What's that, agent? You can't put kale into smoothies. It tastes too grassy to you. That's how I kind of feel too. I am not what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I just like the fruits in my smoothies. Yeah, Paul, yeah, I hear you, bro. I hope this stream is being recorded. I don't take the live streams down. Rarely I do. Something weird has to happen. But yeah, I like 99.9% of the live streams stay up forever so people can watch these. Yeah, like I don't think the live streams are my primary vehicle as far as like as my primary tool as a vegan activist. My weekly videos, the ones that come out like Wednesdays or Thursdays, where I discuss some issue, usually responding to some anti-vegan nonsense, misinformation in the news, just junk like Joe Rogan, Jordan Peterson, or whatever, Daily Mail stories. That is it. I mean, that's where I'm showing what's really up. Most of these people have no idea what veganism is. I do, I think, a pretty good job explaining what veganism is. All these times that people think they're debunking veganism, they're not debunking veganism. They're talking about something else, you know. But anyway, yeah, that's it. The live streams, yeah, just a little more open. Because of the nature of it, you know, they're 2 hours long. My other videos are more like 10, 12 minutes long. I stay focused there. I don't start rambling about music or anything like that. The live streams here, they're more for people to come and discuss things. That's why I like new vegans to come on, or people who are interested about veganism. And even when the anti-vegans come, I think, you know, it's a good opportunity to get definitions clear, because often they don't know what they're talking about when they say that veganism sucks. So anyway, yeah, those are opportunities for me to show how animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong, but it's not something we're talking about all the time, unless, you know, it's kind of appropriate to what we're talking about at the time. Cool. Cool, Paul. Thank you for being receptive. You say I've been watching your other videos too. Cool. Though that's my thing. That's really how I want to be remembered as a vegan activist from my weekly in-studio, non-live videos. Would you be keen on doing a live stream with you sometime? You're listening to what I'm saying. You get me? Awesome. What do you mean doing a live stream with you? What do you propose? I was just talking about earlier. It's funny you mentioned this. I was just talking like maybe 45 minutes ago. How I'm not looking for collaborations right now because I've gotten betrayed so many times by past collaborators. So yeah, I'm just having a trust issue right now with people. In fact, I just got betrayed by someone in my music side of my business life just in the past month too. So I'm just having trust issues with betrayal from people lately. So yeah, forgive me if I'm not like immediately saying, yeah, let's do that or anything like that. I'm just kind of like, right now I'm at a point where I just kind of need to do my own thing at my own time right now, as I kind of hopefully can build trust back up with people. Hey, Kentucky, I did it again, Kentucky. Are you going to see yeah, I know you're not in Kentucky. But thank you, Country Fried Vegan. Thank you for your generous super chat tips tonight. Am I going to see the movie Hail Mary? I've never heard of it, so I wasn't planning to. You can tell me a little bit more about what the Hail Mary movie is, and maybe it'll make me interested. Green Vikram. I don't remember you, Green Vikram. Hey, Ryan, just curious. When I was studying philosophy, what topics was I into? It's funny. I was just talking to Angie about this yesterday. When I was in graduate school, first of all, and as an undergrad, I was interested in philosophy of mind, and a little bit of philosophy of religion, I guess. But yeah, like metaphysics, ontology, and philosophy of mind. When I got to grad school, the philosophy of religion dude, he was gone that year. He took a sabbatical or something like that. So our most famous professor at my grad school, UC Santa Barbara, was a guy by the name of Nathan Salmon. If most of you guys never heard of him, but in the world of philosophy of language, particularly the semantic content of propositions, in propositional logic, the semantic content of proper names, he's huge in it. He has a book called Frege's Puzzle. So I studied with him, and I thought that was pretty interesting. I never thought I'd like philosophy of language, but I got into that. And for most of you guys, probably think it sounds really boring, but I was explaining to Angie, it's a really fascinating area. Like, what's the semantic content of a proper name, and how does that differ from a non-proper name, like what they call definite descriptions? Like, say, not to make this political. If you say, like, Donald Trump is the president, that's a proposition. Propositions by nature are true or false. That happens to be a true proposition because we know who the president is, we know who Donald Trump is. It's all one and the same. But so the semantic contribution that the name does, makes that proposition truth verifiable. But if you have another sentence like the president of the United States is the president of the United States. Well, that's kind of confusing. Well, I'm saying if you substitute his name out for like some description like president of the United States, does that change the truth value of the proposition? Because you're not referring to a dude anymore. You're referring just like a name or title or position or something like that. But anyway, that's kind of what I was into, philosophy of language. I don't want to go down any rabbit holes. I just want to give you just a basic overview of what that is all about, because it's really weird. It's something only like people that are like professional philosophers or aspiring professional philosophers really are into. Like, I don't see too many people who just enjoy philosophy for the hell of it because they're into it. They usually don't like that stuff. They're into like deontology, ethics, stuff like that, and metaphysics, epistemology. I don't really see too many people getting into the semantic contributions of proper names and propositional logic. Anyway, so hopefully I answered your question there. Erigenarchy. Yeah, I saw what you said here. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of utilitarian ethics. You're saying there's a lot of misinformation being spread about veganism by means of utilitarians that pose as vegans. I'll say this. Whenever I hear someone who says they're vegan, and all these guys have vegan social media and they're influencers, whenever I hear an argument that ends in an insane conclusion, like we need to like unalive all the humans, or we need to unalive all the bears and crocodiles and eagles and lions and tigers and stuff like that. When you hear arguments that end with these absurd conclusions that a lot of people and animals need to be killed, it's weird utilitarian and consequentialist ethics that lead to that. So that should tell you something right there, that there's some kind of problem with consequentialist ethic theories. I'm not a fan of them because they lead to these wacky things where all this killing they want all this killing to happen. It's insane. But anyway, I'm not here to debate that. I'm just giving you my feelings on that. Okay, Peter's going to see the movie. Let's see if anyone say what this movie's about. It's a science fiction movie starring Ryan Gosling, based on a book. Oh, I guess I did hear of it because I took Angie to go see a movie last night. Some K-pop band had a movie and it playing in the theaters. I didn't want to see them. I didn't want to pay $23, so I just kept my $23 and went to the big Total Wine Shop, which is in the same shopping center, and bought a $23 bottle of Italian wine last night to have later on. Anyway, I saw some kind of cardboard marketing thing for a Ryan Gosling movie. So yeah, it looked like it was kind of an outer space thing too. So yeah, I almost pointed out, hey Angie, there's Gosling, But anyway, that's cool. You're here to fight for the animals worldwide. That's what I'm doing here, Paul Vegan. Absolutely. I mean, that's it. That's why we're here. We're not here for ourselves, not here for our egos, not here to make ourselves famous or anything like that. We're here because we believe animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong. We believe animals have inherent moral worth because they are sentient or agents, have agency, therefore have inherent rights, as all agents do. That comes from deontology ethics, not consequentialism. Consequentialists never will find that animals have inherent rights. They'll have weird arguments why we should do all this killing and maiming, but no, that's not part of deontology. That's why I like deontology better. Anyway, it's that Blood Rose. You're talking to Paul Vegan. It's what we're here for too. Yeah, talking about what I just said, the whole speech I just gave about animals. But it's social as we all know each other. Yeah, like I said, we're people. And that's one thing we like about these Friday live streams. A lot of us, a lot of you guys have been here with me for years, so we all know each other. So it's a social thing too. Yeah, we're united in our beliefs that animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong. And we discuss vegan stuff all the time, every week for sure. But yeah, we do venture onto other things because sometimes the conversations lead that way. But anyway, all right, cool, Carmichael. If you're gonna watch wrestling instead of me, I won't get my ego won't get hurt or anything like that. I'm totally cool with that. Let's see. The problem is most vegan activists stick to the definition from the 70s. I don't know what the 70s. I just stick to a basic general definition that that animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong. You seek to avoid as much as possible and practical. It's just the basic. It goes back to the original 40s definition from Leslie. I agree with you. That it just basically says, dudes, don't exploit animals. Humans exploiting animals is wrong. This just expands on that. It says the same concept, that animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong, and it just gives a little bit more detail to that. But it's the same nuance, basically. It's the concept. What is veganism? Is it a health thing? No. Is it an environmental thing? No. Is it to be your best self? No. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with animals. What about animals? That they have inherent moral worth. They're not property. They're not objects. Which means, being against animal cruelty and exploitation because we see them as such. So, yeah, I don't try to get too stuck on definitions, but one reason why I like this particular definition is that I think in my personal experience, having done literally hundreds of response videos to anti-vegans of all kinds, This definition is, I think, the best, most powerful tool where you can point to things and say, here is where you're wrong. Most of the other definitions, you can't do that. You kind of have to extrapolate in your mind and add some more stuff, which isn't a bad thing, but I like things to be black and white, words that I can point at and say, here is why you're wrong. Here's why what I'm saying is right. So that's why I like this definition. I think it's a very powerful tool. The best one I have found, not to say there might not be another one you can use that's better. I don't know. I haven't found it yet, but this one is really good for my purposes of defending veganism against misinformation and anti-vegans. Uncle, there's a new vegan movie called Food for Thought. No, I haven't heard of it. Is it a real movie? Like you can see it in theaters or something like that? Or is it something that some raw vegan put together or something like that in the jungle or something? Okay, the Hail Mary movie from Country Fried Vegan is a science teacher awakens on a spaceship with no memory. Ooh, that sounds kind of fun already. Only to discover he must solve a cosmic mystery to save the sun from a mysterious substance. It sounds interesting. Heck, if I don't see it in the theaters, which I probably won't, I haven't seen too many theater movies, just too expensive. If it comes on streaming, I'll totally watch that. And, I'll watch it the night it comes out, wherever, So, I probably won't see it in the theaters, though. Something really has to compel me to go out to the theaters. Like, say there's going to be a new Carl Sagan movie or something, I'd go see that or something. But won't be one probably because he's not with us anymore. But that didn't stop them from making contact. So who knows? It's got to be a special thing. Yeah, aragenarchy, that's pretty much what I said. Yeah, I see animals as having inherent moral worth. Why? Because they have sentience, they are agent, they display agency, which means like you and me, we can make decisions. We decide, hey, I'm going to decide what am I going to have for dinner tonight. Tuscan kale pilaf. That's an act of agency. And animal says, oh, all right, I'm going to go fetch that ball and bring it to me, and then I'm going to grab a bite after that. That's agency. They make decisions. They think into the future. Because of that, they have special rights. They have rights that protect them. They have inherent moral worth. So there's different ways to look at it. I approach it from more of a philosophy point of view. But yeah, it's different ways to look at it. That's how I see it. I can ground it in deontology. Okay, how can you get to the theater cheaper? You get a subscription. No, I don't want to get a subscription to your local AMC for only like $30 a month. See, no, I don't see that. That's like, what is 30 times 12? $360 times 2? That's $700 plus bucks from your Nancy. No, we don't want to spend $700 on theater tickets or anything like that. I don't want to see 4 movies a week. No, I don't like movies that much. I'd rather just get HBO Max for $15 or whatever, and watch that, or get Netflix too, So no, I'm not going to spend. We don't have a good local theater, Peter, to be honest with you. There was a small 4-theater complex that shut down after COVID and never reopened. That was my favorite theater. I always called it the 70s theater. There's, I think, an AMC thing not too far from that as well, but I'm not sure how much Disney is, to be honest with you. I think it's depends if you get it bundled and or ad or no ads. But yeah, I definitely don't need to spend $30 a month on the movies. I don't like going to the movie theaters, to be honest with you. I'd rather just watch stuff here. I have a decent TV. Nice sound system to go with it. I can sit there with my cats. I can have my mood lights on and go grab my own food when I'm ready. So, I just like all the convenience of watching stuff at home. I'm old, maybe you young people like to go to the theater still. I'm an old dude. I'd rather just watch stuff at my place and just be comfortable, wear some dirty shorts and just sit on the couch and, Anyway, how often do I play basketball? It varies. My ideal is twice a week. I went today. I went earlier this week. But sometimes life gets in the way, injuries get in the way, being an adult and having responsibilities gets in the way. But I try to play twice a week. which is great at my old age. That way I'm not always like recovering and getting injured. I try to space my games out, or when I go to the basketball court, I try to space that out by like 3 days in between or so. So I'm fresh. I haven't been getting injured much or anything like that. You can wear dirty shorts to the theater. You can, but I'd rather not wear dirty shorts to the theater, especially in winter. I'm wearing dirty shorts right now, I guess, But I definitely would not want to. I will not go out in public wearing these shorts. Definitely not to a theater or a coffee house or anything like that. Yeah, I'm with you, Heidi. If I go to theaters, I like smaller ones, but I'd rather just. I'm old. I'm gonna watch stuff in my house. I'm that kind of person. Yeah, there's a community kind of thing, Neo Moon, but I don't need that anymore. I mean, I'm an introvert. Angie and I are both introverts, so we don't need to have other people like that we don't know around us to watch it. I know what you're saying. There's something kind of cool about that, but it doesn't provide any value for me, really. And plus the extra money and time and effort to get there, I'd rather just chill at home. Is the Regal Theater on Carson still open? Yeah, that's where we went yesterday, Uncle. That's where Angie saw her K-pop concert at, and I went to the Total Wine in that parking lot while she was in there. It was cool, just looking at all the wines there, searching for ones on the to match my preferences. But yeah, that's exactly where we went. Let's see, Age of Adventure. Last time you went to the cinema, that's what we call them here in Australia. Awesome, you're in Australia. Good to see you. Good morning, good day to you there. You paid $15 for a ticket and $20 for popcorn. Yeah, see, that would be expensive too. Just to buy the food or whatever drinks at the theater is kind of crazy too. Again, just get it for cheap here at home. But if you like going to theater, it's totally cool. I'm not saying don't go. I'm just telling you why me and Angie don't go. It's not worth it. It's more expensive for the admission, more expensive for the food and drink, whatever, and it's the value prop is just not that. I'd rather stay home, not spend the money, just watch it on streaming, sit around my dirty clothes with the cats on our couch. If I want to smoke a joint or something, just do that. Don't worry about it or whatever. I usually don't. I'm just saying I have freedom to do whatever I want. Yeah, I've snuck my own food in before too. Yeah, I've never been checked at a theater. Yeah, Navia, you sound like an introvert, huh? Sticky floors, loud people. Yeah, we're looking at the negative, right? Constant sound of crunching too. Loud at times. Yeah, Angie was complaining that she had to move her seat. And these were assigned seats, by the way, too. She had to change seats, just find an empty one, because the people next to her were talking. Like, why'd you pay like $23 to go see, like, I assume one of your favorite K-pop bands at a theater and just talk and chat with your friends? You could have done that for free, like before or after. So anyway, yeah, people talking, anyway. Adam, yes, I don't eat bananas every morning, but I had them this morning. Well, it was technically afternoon. I always eat bananas unless I'm out, but which is pretty rare. After getting back from the gym, after playing basketball, always, like I said, if I'm out, I'll scramble, get some oatmeal, but that rarely happens because I'm always planning ahead. Let's see, Paul, I don't know how to answer that question. Has our collective experience really helped progress the vegan movement around the world over the last 30 years? I'm not sure what you're asking exactly. I'm not, but I will say that if you look at the data, more people are vegan now than 30 years ago. More people are aware of what vegan is now after 30 years ago. There's way more vegan options that you can get at restaurants and markets and stores now than 30 years ago. Has that it's made it easier for us to be vegan? We're more aware of it. How has that actually affected the number of animals bred into existence so they can be slaughtered so people can have food? I don't think that has changed too much, but you got to start somewhere, because it could be that even though there's more vegans now, there's people that are just consuming meat more now. As more of the world becomes more goes from third world to first world countries, they want our American Western diet, which is not eating a bunch of plants, as they did when they were poorer, unfortunately. So yeah, it's hard to move the needle when there's other variables besides just how many people are vegan. Anyway, hope I answered your question there. Well, if you contact the manager when people are talking, Peter, then you actually have to leave. You have to, you'll miss 5 minutes. You have to find an employee and say, hey, can you help me find a manager because there's some loudmouths in there and that might take a while. And then you don't get your money back. You've just lost like a big part of why you're there. You want to see the whole movie. You might miss your favorite song or something. So it kind of sucks that it's on the person who's being disturbed by the loud talkers to miss their movie that they paid for, while the talkers get to sit in there and to talk and see the movie that they're not watching. Oh, there's a new Pixar movie. I think I heard of that one, Peter. But yeah, if I watch it, I'll wait for it to come on like streaming. VLAN, there you go. Cinema just for 3D films. There you go. Something that is harder to do at home. Yeah, Country Fried Vegan. I thought I heard that too. Studios get most of the theater profits. They make their money off the popcorn and stuff like that. Well, live theater, that's a whole different beast there, AJ. Yeah, it's not the same as like a cinema theater situation. But I know what you're saying. Yeah, you can't replace live, you know. That said, I haven't seen any live theater in ages. Let's see, VLAM says, I'm rather pessimistic when it comes to humanity progressing as a whole. I share that pessimism too. I'm more on that side. I try to be optimistic, but I'm kind of realistically pessimistic. But yeah, I'm like you. I'd still be vegan if society won't change. Yeah, I don't care. I mean, who cares what other people are doing? I mean, I care, but it doesn't affect me. I still, despite if all the people around me are not vegan, I mean, I'm still going to think animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong. And just because I'm in the minority, I don't get offended, not offended, or I don't, you know how some people don't like to be in the out group? They have anxiety that they're alone or in the minority group. I don't care. You guys are all wrong. If you don't believe animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong, I don't care. I'm not going to subscribe to your morals. You know, so I don't care. So anyway, what do I think about Duran Rider? No comment. I haven't seen any Duran Rider content in 6-7 years maybe, so I wouldn't know what to say. I would only have a memory of like content from like 2015 or something like that. Neo Moon Artist, cool. It's good to be an optimist. I just wish I could be more optimistic. Hey Travis, but if you don't go to the theater, you can't bootleg it and sell it on the street. Do people still do that, Travis? That sounds like so like 70s or 80s or something like that. Okay, IMAX. Yeah, you can't get an IMAX experience at home unless you're like a billionaire or something like that. But yeah, 10,000 watts of digital surround sound. That's too much. I mean, the last time Angie and I went to see a concert movie at that same place that Uncle and I were talking about, I had my Apple AirPod Pros in to reduce the sound levels by like 20 odd decibels because it was cranked up in there. There were only like maybe a dozen people, but they had it blaring in there. So yeah, I don't like 10,000 watts. That's another thing I like about watching movies in my house. I have control over the volume. I can set it to the exact level that I want, you know, where my ears are not hurting, but still, you know, receiving nice, rich, full sound. It's not surround sound. It's a nice little stereo system, 2 speakers. But yeah, I like to have that control. I don't like to have to shove hearing protection in to go to the theaters. Yeah, VLAN. Veganism is really the least we can do, right? It's really not that hard. There's lots more we as individuals should be doing for the betterment of everyone else on the planet. Let's see, D Rabbit, you was cooking dinner while listening. You don't go to the theater anymore. You hate, the paying to view commercials. Yeah, Angie had to sit through 15 minutes of commercials yesterday. Having to buy assigned seats, which she had to do yesterday. Having your close theaters all closed. That happened to us, like I said. And new ones have leather seats. Are they real leather? That sounds expensive. Are you sure? A lot of times, yeah, it's like businesses don't want to pay that because I understand it's expensive. So there's there's a lot of faux leathers that look very realistic these days. So yeah, check into it. I'm not trying to justify your theaters, you know, or anything like that. But I'm just saying, economically, you know, people are cheap. Businesses are cheap. They're not going to put out that expense if there's a cheaper faux leather that they can use instead. That's probably going to last longer, easier to maintain. Oh, let me text Angie. Tuscan Kill Peel Off time. We have it all ready to go. She just needs to start it. Hey babe, time to start the Tuscan kale peel-off. Glad I remembered. I told her I'd text her about 7:30. Yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm ready to munch that down in about half an hour. Yep, TKP. You know me. It's all about TKP Friday nights. It's so cool. Like we'll prepare it before, I start the live stream and just leave it in the pressure cooker. It's all set to go. Angie just needs to turn it on, set the time to the appropriate time, in our case, 21 minutes, and just let it go. By the time the live stream's done, dinner's ready. It's perfect. Don't have to cook anything. It's all done. I love it. Peter, yes, maybe I can start thinking about the members live stream. There's a professional issue. I'll just leave it at that I've been dealing with for the past month. That's taken up a lot of my time. Actually, two professional issues. One I'll talk about is income tax preparation. I met with my accountant last week, Thursday, right before the live stream last week. So that's kind of out of the way. That takes a lot of time because, I run my own businesses, which means I just don't get just like one pay stub tax form. I get a bunch. A lot of stuff, they don't 1099 me, so I have to like add it. It's a pain in the ass. So I dealt with that. I'm still not done. I still need to do the finalization with her and sign it all and everything. But that always screws up my time in February. And also in February, I was dealing with another professional issue that involved professionals like accountants and stuff, but not accountants, something like that. So anyway, I've just been kind of busy with being an adult for the past month or so, unfortunately. Adulting. Would I say that was funny, Heidi? I remember being funny right then. I was complaining about my life, my adult life. I don't know what that is, Uncle. What is? FICA. Wait, I'm really not up on the terms. Is that like self-employment tax or something like that? FICA. Let me know. Let me know what that terminology refers to. Well, I never heard of Wild Robot as well. I don't know too much about movies, I guess. I guess I'm not that cool when it comes to movies. Let's see, D-Rabbit, you called the theater because it was one of their bragging points in the articles about the new one. They used the ultra cheap skins from animals like donkeys, horses, and dogs from other countries. Oh my God, seriously? That is sad. Oh man, okay. Well, I was wrong then. Yeah, I just thought it would be ultra cheap to not have animal products involved and just buy a fine faux leather that's going to outlive like animal skins and and easier to maintain. Oh well. Oh, the TKP, you know me. I was kind of playing off a rap song or something, right? Some kind of 90s gangster rap song. FICA is when you work for an employer, I think. See, if that's the case, then maybe I don't know what FICA is then. But I don't ever see that term when I go through my tax return or my organizer for my accountant. I pay self-employment tax. That's the big one. The theater didn't tell you that they used cheap skins. You deduce that from stuff you saw where children were tanning hides and their poor little feet were tanned. It is supposed to be the VIP style. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I can't believe your theater is like showing child exploitation in their marketing. That is crazy. Wow. Seems like they want to hide that. I mean, not to justify it all, just counterintuitive for me to for you anyway. Oh, Peter, no, I haven't been opening up my Zero Shoes emails lately just because I know I'm not going to buy any new shoes for a while. Yeah, it's unfortunate about them that I really was kind of concerned. The bottom, what's that called? It's not the sole, but the bottom of the shoe. It's really slippery. It has to do with that where I play basketball. I don't think they clean the courts off enough. They don't mop them or brush them enough. So it's really easy to slide in those shoes. So I haven't been wearing them all that much lately. But I'll try again. If I ever go there and to my basketball court and I see that the floor seems more grippy, like they just cleaned it, I'll throw the Zero shoes on. But yeah, that's why I've been buying Nikes for all these years. Those are the ones that I've had the best track record with, being able to wear them for literally years until I really find that I need more grip and traction. Okay, Uncle. Federal Insurance Contribution Act. Social Security and Medicare. That's probably, yeah, that's what self-employment tax is, Uncle. It funds those things. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's why I don't know it as FICA. In my world, it's self-employment tax. See, I don't know what it's like to have like a job where I'm not saying working a job is not that hard or anything. I just don't know what it's like to just have like one or two like forms from your employer and that's it. I would be tempted to do my taxes on my own if it was like that, because I know people that do that and they say it's not that hard. But yeah, mine's really difficult for a number of reasons. It's complicated when you have your own businesses and you have to like find all your expenses and write-offs and everything like that. Find all the seriously, for my accountant, I give her probably over a dozen different 1099s and stuff like that. Between me and Angie too. So it's a lot of stuff. When was the last time I had like a 9-to-5 style job, like going into the office, sitting in the cubicle, that kind of thing? I only had really 2 of those. Like I had some shorter term ones when I was like contracting as an independent contractor as a web developer in the 90s and 2000s. But I only had two jobs where I was like a full-time employee, 401ks and shit like that, So yeah, last time for that was probably around 2001 or something like that was my last time. I only had 2. The first time I was at a .com and it like many .coms, it went under. It was horrible how they didn't pay us at the end and stuff like that. But that one folded. Another one, I got my department got downsized and I got let go. It's like, fine, I'm just gonna work on more music then. So yeah, punching a clock. Yeah, that was it. I didn't ever really punch a clock there or anything like that. But yeah, I would say it was around 2000, 2001, something like that. I think 2000 if I look back. It's probably that was the last time I had that was the second of my 2 full-time office jobs. Okay, FICA, it's about 7.5% from your gross pay. Your employer matches it. If you don't have an employer, then I pay both. Oh, okay. That's why self-employment tax sucks. You going, Nikki? Well, thanks for being with us, Nikki. Let's see. Mr. Who? This shirt is begging for hate? Oh, tell me why the shirt is begging for hate. I didn't think I was begging for hate with this shirt, but if it's triggering you, maybe you can explain to me why wearing this Vegans Assemble shirt is making you feel such negative emotion. Just let me know, because I don't feel it when I see this shirt. I'm not really an Avengers fan. That's what I learned it's relating to. But yeah, let me know why this is triggering you, and I'll see what I can say about that to calm you down. Can't wait to see what he says. But yeah, AJ points out to Mr. Who, yeah, we really don't do hate here. Okay, so you're saying next the vegans will tell us it's wrong to breathe oxygen. What does that have to do with my t-shirt? How does you're just kind of not connected in those thoughts there. It seems like a pivot to something else. So which do you want to talk about, Mr. Who? Those are 2 totally, unless you can connect the dots there. You want to talk about why this shirt makes you feel negative emotion, why it's triggering you. maybe you can just say you're a precious snowflake, and seeing words that you don't like triggers you. I see words I don't like all the time. I don't react. I don't respond. I don't want to fight or get negative or hateful or toxic or anything like that. Or you could tell me why you think vegans don't want people to breathe oxygen, because I've never heard anyone ever say that before. I would like to see your reasoning, which leads you to the conclusion that therefore vegans don't want people to breathe oxygen. Either one, it's your call. Oh, you're projecting. Okay, thanks. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for there, Mr. Who. Projecting is exactly what's going on. So what do you want to talk about? Which of those topics would you like to talk about? Yeah, Peter, you've never heard a vegan say it's not vegan to breathe oxygen. No, you haven't stirred the pot. I've been waiting for someone like you all night, and I was going to end the live stream pretty soon. So you've actually made my night for someone to come here and just throw a bunch of random shit at me. Why they're triggered that I have a vegan t-shirt on. I mean, are you that like fragile that if you see someone wearing a vegan shirt, it emotionally upsets you? I mean, that's amazing. I can't imagine being that fragile and seeing someone in a, like, if I see someone wear a carnivore shirt, I get emotionally like upset or something like that. Oh, you want to talk about World War III now? You just want to pivot all over the place. No, that's not like that. Let's look at the rules here. If we're talking about the Livestream rules here that relate to you, let's look at rule number 3 here. When trying to debunk veganism, which you seem to be trying to do, I will only discuss one of your claims at a time, like vegans don't want people to breathe oxygen or the shirt is triggering. Don't bring up more new claims like now you're talking about World War III or something like that. So if you have something you want to talk about, okay, you're trolling now. You're just like a bot now. Are you like an open claw bot or something like that? Because none of your comments here have any connection whatsoever. They're just like a random word generator. So if you want to rein it in and say something that's engaging, now is your time. If not, have 2 moderators plus myself who are just itching to time you out because you're not following our basic rules of just decency and of how we engage here. So the ball's in your court. I'm not even going to watch anymore. I'll see what my moderators will see what you do and react accordingly. We're very just here. We give just treatment, just punishments if they are deserved. The punishment means timing us out, because if you're just trolling, you're wasting my time and you're wasting like everyone's time here. So it's up to you. Ball's in your court. You want to see the rules, Paul? It's really basic. It's rules of being, it's basically, I'm just asking people to be decent humans. I'm setting the bar really low, Paul. I'm not really asking for a hell of a lot here. It's like, oops, I'm asking for some, like, just be civil. Don't do any personal attacks. Don't be a racist or a sexist or an ageist or a bigot of some kind. Just things that you shouldn't do in general. If you did this, if you're a racist or sexist at school or work, you might get fired or suspended or something like that. Oh, and also, yeah, no spamming or trolling. And if you're trying to debunk veganism, I'll engage one claim at a time, or at least one claim per night. If you want to come back next week and try another one, go for it. So that's it. Just basic stuff here. Okay, so Paul sees the rules now. He's listening. So I spelled out the rules there for Paul to understand. Yeah, the reason why I made these rules is after having done live streams for a few years, there are several issues that just kept popping up all the time. Instead of me having to explain it every single freaking time, I just can hit a button here and show exactly what to do. Don't be bigot. Don't spam or troll. If trying to debunk veganism, one argument or one piece of evidence at a time. I'm rage baiting? Okay, you're trolling. How am I rage baiting? I'm very friendly here, and I'm not asking people to like get enraged or anything like that. I'm not asking people to even be like worshiping me, or just be a decent human if you want to engage. I said I have the bar set really low. You don't have to kiss my ass. You can totally disagree with me. Just engage in a decent way. Okay, do we need to get Kiefer handled here, mods? he's speaking bad of moderators, and he sounds like he's a homophobe as well. Well, that's one way to get kicked off: insult moderators and be a bigot. That's what I just said. That's what rule number 1 here says. Let's look at it one more time. Just don't be a bigot. Be civil. No personal attacks, harassment, racism, sexism, ageism. Do I need homophobia up there too? Just none of that. Just don't be a bigot. I know it's really hard for some people. They have to really try their best, use all their energy. Oh, I want to say something really hateful. I want to say something homophobic or bigoted, or say, I want to say something, why is he doing this to me? This is the only way I know how to express myself. Well, this is the wrong place for you. We don't tolerate shitheads like that. So anyway. Yeah, just be nice. Yeah, I'm rage baiting. Yeah, exactly. Just calm down there, Mr. Who. You're not engaging. I think we should just be, we should probably just time him out for about 10, 15 minutes, because that's probably how long this live stream is going to go tonight. Paul, you wish you could actually talk to some of these cases one-on-one. Well, Paul, you haven't been hanging out in our live streams enough. We try to talk to these people here. We really do. And as we all know here, AJ, Peter, Uncle have always said, like, none of them have like enough brain cells to engage in any meaningful way. They just keep, they just say stupid shit. They don't engage, ask questions. They don't answer. They pivot. They say some new stuff. They're incapable of having an adult-like conversation, which makes me think either they're kids or they have the IQs of children. So either way, it doesn't work out. Rarely do we have someone who comes here who's able to engage. They're just unwilling or unable to engage in any meaningful way. They just keep spouting more gibberish out. They're gibberators. They're not good faith interlocutors. That would be a lot to ask for, but no, we don't get that. We just get gibberators. Yeah, you could ask for them to come, but anyway, it's not too rewarding or fulfilling to interact with these gibberators all the time. I like it when I have respect, at least, for someone who's not vegan and they can engage in a meaningful way. Why do I respect that? Because it's so freaking rare. It really is, right? Can any of you guys remember last time we had someone who came and really tried to engage in good faith and, instead of just gibberating nonsense or resorting to homophobia or bigotry or whatever? I honestly cannot remember for the life of me the last time we got someone of that caliber. It just shows what low caliber these gibberator anti-vegans are. That's all they can do is gibberate. Yeah, they just come and say, I like meat. Just stupid stuff like that. Let's see. AJ says, yeah, last week with Sammy and Tyler. Oh, we had some good faith people last week. I actually don't remember that right now. If so, my bad, Sammy and Tyler. If you were here not vegan and you were good faith interlocutors, came, and interacted, engaged with me, awesome. But did they ask good questions? Okay. We have sometimes people who come who aren't vegan and ask good questions. That's one category. I'm talking about these trolls, the ones that come and say a bunch of stupid crap. Then I like the guy we just had, Mr. Who guy, when he came and said, the first dumb thing he said, I forgot. I remember the second dumb thing is vegans don't want people to breathe oxygen anymore. Okay, someone like that, anti-vegan. They're not asking good questions. So I'll try to pull them into what we want from someone like that to engage. But yeah, some people just come who are not vegan and ask good questions. So I don't consider them anti-vegans. They're just non-vegans. But when you come and say stupid shit like vegans want no one to breathe oxygen, you're clearly announcing yourself as 100% hardcore anti-vegan. But yeah, Sammy and Ty, I think I remember that. Yeah, I like it when people too who are not vegan, but not assholes, but just regular people who are not vegan, which is a lot of people. Most people who are not vegan are not anti-vegan assholes. So Sam and Tyler fall in the better former category. But yeah, that was the first thing he said. My shirt attracts hate. And notice how I tried to engage him on that, AJ. He wouldn't engage. Then he pivoted to the oxygen thing. Like I said, you're pivoting. Those two ideas are completely unrelated. It just shows you're unable or unwilling to engage in a good faith conversation, and they resort to gibberating. So yeah, I don't tolerate that. But yeah, if someone is not vegan and asks good questions, awesome. That's great too. But I really don't see these anti-vegans ever engaging in good faith. That's why I say I can't remember the last time that happened. VLAM says anyone who aren't vegan after engaging with the vegan argument in good faith will become vegan. Yeah, we would hope so, because it seems like, very easy argument, and it's just one that most people relate to. Most people don't like to hurt animals. They think there's something morally wrong about going out and like kicking a dog in the head or something like that. They know that that's wrong. Why? It's cruel. It causes pain. They can feel it. And they don't deserve it. They have rights to not be kicked by a human, because a human can say, I'm smarter than this thing, so I can kick it. No, that's not how it works. That doesn't give you the moral right to kick. Smarter things don't have the moral right to kick other dumber things in the head or whatever, less intelligent things. Not calling animals dumb or anything like that. I'm just saying, I just picked the wrong word there. My bad. Getting hungry, getting late here. Gibberate is a word? Is it really, VLAM? I thought it was a word. Well, Paul, we are fighting for them here. You saw me. I tried to engage an anti-vegan. See, when I get someone like that, Paul, that's when I can really start breaking out my arguments. That's when I could start breaking out like the definition of veganism and all that. Do my whole thing, my whole vegan activist thing, where I debunk misinformation and just totally false claims about veganism. I didn't get to do that. Why? Because they don't know how to engage. They're just gibberating. So I was ready to pull on, to go full force vegan activist there in a friendly way, not in a dickhead way, but an engaging, but like a strong but forceful way. But didn't get to, because these guys are incapable. Do you ever air fry tofu? I think we've done it rarely, Johnzik. But yeah, we usually just cook it like in a pan, like a skillet. Yeah. Pooperate. Wow, that's even worse than gibberating. Just poop's coming out of their mouth, basically. They're throwing poop on the wall. Oh boy. I have to say, it was different tonight without Late Model being here. So we miss you, formerly known as Sarah, Chris. Yeah, so she'll be back next week. So hopefully that'll work out fine. But yeah, hopefully she'll watch it after the fact. And too bad we didn't give you a better show tonight. I was hoping one of these gibberators would actually pan out, but no, they just proved to be the same person, or at least the same kind of person that just poops and leaves. So I think I should start making my way out. It's almost the top of the hour here, and the Tuscan kale peel-off should be almost done by now. By the time I get out there, it'll probably be ready for me to add the beans in. That's the last step. We put the beans in after all the rice and veggies cook, because the beans are already cooked. Just stick them in the warm food there, stirred up, and serve. So yeah, this is a fun live stream. Thanks everyone. Thanks Peter. Thanks Uncle. Thanks for timing out that person earlier that I said probably needed time out. But yeah, we had some great super chat tips today. Thank you so much from Navia, AJ, and Country Fried Vegan. 3 super chat tips from Country Fried Vegan. Not Kentucky Fried, but Country Fried Vegan. So thank you so much, guys. Thanks so much for your generosity. I mean it seriously. It's like, it means a lot to us to know that you guys are watching, and some of you guys are able to help us out, because like I said, we're a small channel. Yeah, we've been around a long time. We have 200,000 followers, but like most of them have all left in the past like 10 years or so. But anyway, thanks so much. Yeah, it helps us keep our vegan activism going. And just engaging with all you guys every Friday night here, and when we do the video premieres midweek. Thanks so much. It was great to see you guys mostly twice a week, most weeks. So thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for all your tips. It allows Angie and I to feel a little more free and easy to go out and have like a little vegan coffee thing in the morning or something like that, or sometimes a lunch or dinner. So thank you so much for guys just helping to put a little more happiness into our lives. That's what we try to treat ourselves and put some smiles on our sometimes like weary faces from all the issues in life and stuff. So thanks so much. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, we'll call this one a week. Thanks everyone. I already thanked the moderators. I was going to thank you guys a second time. So thanks, Uncle and Peter. Really appreciate you guys as being here. I always feel like, nothing, no trolls are gonna like have their way when I got two moderators. We're like, we're like a superhero of trio of moderators. I count myself in there too. So thank you guys, and thanks, Paul Vegan, for sharing all your thoughts. Good to see you. Come back anytime. Anyone new, come back anytime. We're here every Friday, whatever time it is right now. Subtract 2 from your time. It's 8 p.m. basically now. I come on at 6. I guess you guys got to remember to spring forward this Sunday. This will be the last one you guys in British Columbia, Canada will ever have to do. I wish we could follow suit on that. Anyway, guys, try to stay protected from the weather. Enjoy the cold. Enjoy the heat. It's going to be spring really soon. And just have a good weekend. All right, guys? Have some fun. Be safe. And I will see you guys next week, guys. All right, much love. Peace out. And remember, it does not suck being vegan. Bye-bye.